So we have another question involving fractions, but this time what you notice is we have 2 over some unknown value p is equal to 6/15. What they're asking us to do here, because you're seeing the equal sign, they're asking us to get the missing value so that the two fractions are equal, right? That's why we put that equal sign there. We want to make sure that we get a value for this denominator so that both fractions are equal. So in order for us to be able to get the value of p, right, we need to know what is the multiple of this number that gives us 15, right? Which of the numbers here we have been using to multiply to get 15. So what we'll do to find this unknown value is this. You know how just now when we converted the 2/3 into an equivalent fraction, we considered a common denominator? This time we're going to do the process but a little bit in the opposite sense, where you're going to ask yourself, well, what number do I multiply 2 by to get 6? So to get that, we would ask ourselves, well, how many times can 6 be divided by 2? So how many times can 6 be divided by 2? How many times can 6 be divided by 2? You'll divide 6 by 2 and you would get 3. So essentially, to get 6, you're saying that you have to multiply the number 2 by 3, right? So the equivalent fractions, basically you multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same value. And if I multiply the numerator by 3, what number you think we should be multiplying p by to get 15? So we're multiplying numerator and denominator by the same value, right? So if I multiply my numerator by 3, I have to multiply my denominator as well by 3, which means that if I want to get the value of p, I'm going to divide 15 by 3. So how many times can 3 go into 15 without leaving a remainder? So you'll go back in the timetables. You want to go back and look at your 3 times tables in particular, and you would look to see which multiple of 3 gives 15, and your answer is 5. Excellent. So this means that the value of p, right, like we said, we're going to divide 15 by 3, and this will give us 5. So the fraction that is equivalent to 6/15 is 2/5. So the value of p, we get p to be 5. And that's how you'll approach a question like that, right? Like I was saying, it's almost reversing the whole equivalent fractions business that we did in the last question, right? So just remember, if ever you have to find the denominator of the fraction, you're going to look to see what is the number you've multiplied the numerator by, and that number is also the number you're multiplying your denominator by. So from there you'd be able to get some numerical statement to calculate the missing value, right? And that's all there is to questions like these.